Hey, y'all, I hope you're doing well. And we are jumping into beginning to really think and plan out our eulogy essay. What you've seen earlier this week is you've gotten to hear some eulogies from a couple examples via YouTube, and we've discussed those on discussion boards. But I wanted to take the time to show you a student example and kind of talk through why this was such a great eulogy. I'm not going to go over the entire thing, but I am going to do the introduction, a body paragraph, and the conclusion. And then I'm going to link this to the section where this ed puzzle is. So the first thing I want you to notice, this is Alyssa Kitty, and the student gave me permission to use her eulogy. But what we can point out here is the student used a really good MLA format. And if you look in your module, you'll see where I've given you MLA guidelines and how to really format an MLA paper. So we see that her last name and the page number is here, her name, my name, the English course, and the date that the assignment is due. Not the date that she wrote it, but the date that it is due. And then I want you to notice this title, Alyssa, who dared to fail greatly to achieve greatly. What I want you to notice is this doesn't say SA1, it doesn't say eulogy. It's a really catchy title that makes the reader want to continue reading to see what this essay is about. And it says, in the small amount of time that I have been given, I want to be remembered as someone whose compassion and hard work positively impacted the individual surrounding their life, where in the end, that life made a difference. Looking over the past century, I know Alyssa did everything within her own personal ideology to achieve her ultimate desire in life. From her ambitious efforts and leadership skills to her supportive and compassionate personality, Alyssa vehemently committed to a successful career and loved, supported, and respected those around her. She will forever change our lives. Alyssa, or to her friends, she is Kitty or Kiddo. To the family, she is Alyssa Marie, and to her loving husband, she is his babe, or best friend. And to her, he is honey, babes, her world. She maintained a respectable image in our eyes, no matter how fatuous and humorous the nicknames became. Despite the exceptional number of setbacks and the copious amount of challenges she faced, Alyssa still dared to take the risks required to achieve the amazing life she led and form all the unique relationships with every one of us. My name is Aviana Turner, and today I want to commend someone's life, the life of my best friend. What I want you to notice here is there's a really, really clear thesis. Despite the exceptional number of setbacks and copious amount of challenges, Alyssa still dared to take the risk required to achieve the amazing life she led. So we have a really clear thesis, and here we have what we call background information. If you remember from our previous ed puzzle, we see that she's got some character qualities. She also fits in a really unique way to give her nicknames. And then here at the top of the paragraph, we see a really good hook. It's a quote, but it's one that definitely ties in with her ultimate life message, aka her thesis statement. So let's take a look at the first body paragraph. It says, many of us know that while growing up, Alyssa was always shy. That is why the development of her prominent leadership skills came to all of us as a surprise. And what I want you to notice is this topic sentence links back in with this thesis statement. It's a great reflection of the main message. There was one example that contributed the most to that aspect of Alyssa. Freedom High School's JROTC program. That program became the center of Alyssa's universe during her high school education, and for many of us, in fact. Before we knew it, all of us were ensnared in the web of countless events and endless after-school practices that were quickly made into the wonderful memories we share today. JROTC pushed all of us to assess situations and guide many of our fellow students in a way we believed a leader would. I remember this one time, sophomore year, during Freedom High School's annual drill competition, one of our teammates and event commanders failed to show up at the meet. This left everyone in our AI First Sergeant Trina Hines, hysterical. Luckily, Alyssa had been learning how to lead in drill competition events and had been secretly studying the commands needed. With no other option and zero commanding experience, Alyssa stood up in front of her peers, corrected any mistakes she saw on her end, confronted actual military enlisted drill sergeants, and led us through the event with her head held high, despite how incredibly nervous she was. Sadly, we did not earn a trophy for the event, but making into the finals was a good enough win for me, considering our poor situation. Her leadership skills soon passed what we knew JROTC to be and poured into other aspects of her life. Her junior year in high school, she had foods class. In this class, everyone was put into groups for the cooking labs performed during the semester. The first lab assignment required the groups to bake chocolate chip cookies from scratch. Now, at this point in her life, Alyssa had only ever baked cookies from scratch once, 3 years prior, and everyone in her group was incredibly shy and unsure of how or what they were supposed to do. When the time came, Alyssa talked with everyone in her assigned group to find out their strengths and weaknesses, assign everyone a job accordingly, which they were accepting, and together they ended up making an exceptional batch of cookies. From that day forward, she and her fellow group members performed well in the other labs assigned during the course. I knew that Alyssa was grateful that the program had taught her unique leadership skills, for which brought her out of her shell. What I want you guys to notice is we have this really strong topic sentence about the leadership skills that Alyssa had come into, really. And then we have these really great, clear examples. We have this example from JROTC that's very descriptive, and we can actually see what's going on and hear what's happening. And then we have the second example that takes us into that cooking class where she exuded those leadership skills really, really well. And then we see this, what we call a summative sentence, tie everything in. I know that Alyssa was grateful for the program that taught her such unique leadership skills for which had brought her out of her shell. Okay, that's just a really strong body paragraph. And then I'm going to take you here to the end, and we're going to review this conclusion. Losing such a unique soul as Alyssa's will undoubtedly leave wounds so deep that it touches us to our very cores. She completed every single one of us as a friend. She completed every single one of us as a friend, a daughter, a sister, partner, and to me, a best friend. It is thanks to Alyssa's qualities, unique only to her, that we can look amongst and come to a unanimous agreement that her determined and enthusiastic efforts encouraged us to live each day better than the day before. Her loving and caring personality brought us together in order to commemorate a life worth praising. Guys, I hope this helps you kind of understand what I'm looking for here. And again, I'm going to attach the entirety of this eulogy essay to the Edpuzzle link so that you can look over it in great detail. I mean, what I really want you to notice is the strong thesis, the strong topic sentences, the great examples that we can see as an audience and we really feel a part of, and then that strong conclusion that brings it to the end. And what I want you to keep in mind, y'all, this eulogy, you're supposed to be writing as though you have passed away at 99 years old. That's a long time. And so it's going to require you to really see and think into your future. So what I don't want to see is 75% of the essay about your high school experience. Most of us would like to think that at 99 years old, we've had many experiences and we've grown as people, and there are character qualities that were developed far past 16, 17, 18 years of age. So make sure that your eulogy has a good balance and that you've done a really good job of exhibiting the different aspects and chapters of your life. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out.